Hey, welcome back. So, I got some stuff done. Quite a lot. One thing... Oh, I also had to roll this back. I started doing this. I really hate it when this happens, too, because I'm not sure what I mentioned. Because I did mention it, but you didn't hear me because it got lost. Someone called me. It was a mess. So now we're loading because I had to roll it back. I got some things done. Wow, it's really just gonna do this, huh? Well, what do you want? The trader down there is a pretty good hint. Let me just go talk to him. This is a bit time critical. I don't want him to just... These guys show up and suck. Well, first of all, they show... He's gonna leave. They show up and they disappear and they leave their llamas behind. So I got llamas that aren't mine, that I can't tame. He's gonna disappear, and I'm gonna get stuck with these two. There's some up there. Well, there would be if it were loading. The gunpowder, the creeper factory. There's llamas trapped up. I don't know why. I was away from the computer, letting it run, accumulate stuff. Came back, and llamas were standing next to me. It was weird. Damn near invariably, what they have is stuff that I either already have or wouldn't ever want, and then they want money for it. This guy's the exception. He has this. I don't have this. I think I want it. I think if I plant this in water, I'm gonna go put it in the seed vault. Somewhere if I have room. I think if I like plant it in water, it'll grow out. You'll get more than you hack it up. You pick it up later, and you have more than one. And that we're get out. That doesn't go there. I bought those from Cleric. Just in case they don't have them. I think they do still. I don't want that in here. That. All this stuff that just doesn't really go here. But it's where it is. The 3 sponges I got for killing the guardians. I just shot them with an arrow once it was all dried out. That was this. And the skin goes, the leather goes in here. So the reason I have a trader, and I keep getting the damn things, and also, let me ditch this. Does meat go in the... Meat can't... Yeah, there's some in there. Well, there we go. Yeah, I'm out of fish. Well, I'll get those. I got 7 of these, by the way. 1 more, and I get a heart of the sea thing out of a boat, and we can do some stuff. I'm also getting these stray cats, which is neat. Feed them raw fish, and they become mine. I had... Who was it? That one? And that one, and that one. I effectively spawned in some ocelots in 113. And tamed them until I got 1 of each cat, so I would have this. Turns out it was unnecessary. All these other cats, they've been wandering in, and I feed them fish, and they become mine. And this is going to be another loading nightmare, I suppose, because... Anyway. The reason they're coming in is that I built a village, as I said I would. So to reiterate real quick, I had to tear out all of this. What the hell? This is all... Let me go up here. I had to tear out all the prismarine that I had put in, because you can't have a spawnable surface within 16 meters of the village. I don't care about this stuff. I'll deal with it later. So, goody. So, here's the village. And it's working... It's working so much better, apart from not loading, it's working so much better than I ever hoped. Let's go in there. Let me grab some stuff. I want to have some things on me for this. For reasons. It'll make sense as I do it, I suppose. Got the wool factor. This, there's a stray cat now. Is it? It's not mine, yeah. I have that kind, I don't care. Wait, I'm waiting for a couple. There's an all-black cat. There's like the tuxedo cat we've had for years. There's a new one that, I need to restock some of these. Alright, just checking. There's an all-black one that... The 2 cats I have in the house, there's one eating behind me right now that's probably making noise, are all black with green eyes, really cool cats. I'm going to want a few of these. And I'll show you why in a sec. And a few of these. wasn't kidding. There you go. And does that leave me any... I'm just really getting out of room here, huh? I'll grab... I don't know what good it's going to do, but I'll grab something. Because it's hilarious. I was just mentioning this the other day. You remember, the other day I mentioned that I wish all to hell... I don't need to make arrows. I don't need to make whatever fire charges. I don't ever need feathers. No one needs feathers for anything, and that's changed. So, yeah, the Prismarines all gone. Everything there is, in fact, a transparent surface. There's carpet on top of the hoppers. Nothing ever spawns there. The only thing, these are transparent. The only thing I'm not convinced is transparent, because it says it's not here and there. That is not a transparent block. I don't know if... I think the anvil is. I'm pretty sure it is. I know that is. I don't know if a iron guy could spawn on that. I haven't seen it happen, so I'm going to guess not. But I mean, I can't promise. Who knows? So I got the like this bed, one of these here in place last time, and put a one of these things behind it because it's what I had. As I was first as I was building this, I stashed those two over in their weird little, you know, Argentine-German bunkers. Which is good news. That's what happened. They're still there because I forgot them. I just completely forgot I had them. Until I was all done. And it's like, well, now I don't care. And so this guy, and he's all locked up because he doesn't have anything to do. He doesn't have a, you know, a podium thing. And I can't even buy a bookshelf to make. Well, I could make a bookshelf, but that's not the point. They're still there for a reason, I think. I have a plan. I have a loose plan. I have an idea. I might do something. Is what's going on. But, cat, what? Why? Don't. So, I replaced every... Well, this Prismarine that you can see through here is still here. The doors were here and here. That's gone. This is like 200 by something. And then 201, 202. So the village is actually like 4 meters narrower than it used to be. It's actually the same size it was, but the doors are gone, so it seems smaller. Instead of doors out here, there's beds in here. 21 beds over here, 31 over here is 52 times 4 is 208. And I think they're all occupied. I think I have 208, but I can't tell. I mean, I've got 256, but some of these are fish or whatever. I don't know what the hell's on the map. These are great. I thought they changed things a lot. I do have a couple of guys in here who are holdovers. That's not one. That is. This guy, you know, wants paper, has a book. He's the same as you know, that we've had well, not all along, but since 1.8 for sure. I'd say that. I mean, before that, they were a little chancy. A little, like you can confuse them. If they wanted coal, you could give them charcoal up until like 1.6 or 1.7. More importantly, I've got this guy here. Well, let me show you. Let me show you how this works. We know this. That's why I brought this along. He wants some wool. There's some wool. I'm going to have to pull this out because the one flaw is I don't have room for the emerald and this, so I've got to make a point of, now I can do this. It doesn't matter. It's just, it's a weird thing that happens. It's what it is. Let me give him, and he's eventually going to say, okay, enough with there he is. He's done. He never wants this again, he says. And historically, that was true. He's locked up. Now, the reality is, in the morning, he's going to want that again. Because he's going to do something. I'm going to get rid of, I don't need this stuff. I'll take the money. Locked up. Great. That, by the way, pushed him over the edge if you were watching the progress. And now he's an expert. And he wants more, or has more stuff. In theory, now I'll mention, and I'm sure I'll remember. There's something he could want at some point. He's still got a couple. He still could become a master at some point if that didn't unlock these. For that, we have to wait until morning. You'll see. Meanwhile, I've got a guy, and I can label these guys now. I think we got that in 1.13. Maybe it was 1.12. You can put labels on. Let me have. It'll help if I. Let me go grab more. He might want more than I have. That'd be nice. I hate feathers. I have absolutely no use ever at all for feathers. It's just that simple. I could have done that. It helps if I consolidate these. It makes more room overall. You get up there. I'll just deal with you later. Give me more feathers, please, and we'll go find this guy who. This is awesome. This is. I mean, that's actually almost the right word. The right use of that word. Most people think awesome means, you know, I can accept that. This guy is cool. I like that it happens. Where are you? I can't find you. I've got people watching. Is that you? Guess who wants feathers? Feathers are now, finally, a fungible commodity that I can not only get rid of, well, actually, I'll put it this way. Get money for, but the money, it's not about the money. And he's locked up. It's that I don't want the feathers. So that I can give them to someone who, if that weren't his final, this is his final form. He's got stuff. I bought one of these. I have it somewhere. You probably just saw it, actually. I didn't bother with this. I don't care that much. I might care later, but for now it's a curiosity. So the village, everything, let me, well, I'm not doing anything. It's all the same. That's where it always was. These three were farmland. They were farmland for a while. Well, the two weren't, because they were bad. They were getting jumped on, and therefore became opaque blocks, and therefore iron guys spawned on them, and that was bad. The middle one I thought would be safe if I put the lights in, because you cannot physically jump under this. I mean, you're basically 2 meters tall. That's 2 meters off the ground. There's no jumping. That's not a thing. And yet, somehow, they got in there and jumped. At the instant there was an opaque block, you know, Karis dislodged, and it just became soil. An iron guy spawned on it. They're going to bed. That's good news. I seriously, I think every bed is occupied. If I wait for them all to go to bed, and I try to go around looking for any bed I can have, there isn't one. They are absolutely... There's 208 villagers now, I think, as far as I can tell. So that's cool. Yeah, the farmland is gone. I replaced it with glass. There's glass under the beds. We talked about that. If this were a solid block under the beds, in theory, in remote odds, an iron guy could spawn on the solid block through the bed. That's what happened here when it spawned on the soil. It just went right through the light. It didn't care that it was there. It was like, yeah, well, I'm going to spawn because it's a solid block. So the only solid blocks are the prismarine that's covered in so much glass it doesn't matter on both sides. And then the original, this hasn't changed. It's raining, how nice. Everything about the middle here is what it was in 1.13. The water hasn't changed places. That glass was a prismarine block. The lower half of that fletching table that doesn't do anything yet was a prismarine slab. That's how it was. And there were doors on the outside, and that was good enough to get close to 100 villagers, and therefore we got some iron guys trickling in. That's important to note, because now we have 200 villagers. 208, I think, probably. And rain. Let me go put it into the rain and bring forth something the hell else. I'll show you something awesome. Again, and now I'm just getting cute with it, but rain, go away. And nothing I'm going to say next rhymes with that. So, sleep for a long time, because redstone, seriously, I don't sleep this long outside of the game. Alright. Please. Poof. They just, it's morning, time to make like a dozen iron guys to protect us from the evil, whatever the hell they're afraid of, traders and ravagers, I don't know, or illagers. Pillagers is what they are, those things. And the best part, in about a game hour, maybe 2, they're just going to do that again. So I am actually getting more iron now than I was in the old system. So any concerns I had about, well, am I going to get the iron I need? No, it's cool. We're done. By the way, let me have... what was I going to say? Well, no, I'm just... Okay, whatever. Never mind, I'll do it. I'll do him later. I got other stuff to do. Well, I don't really have anything to do today as such, except cover what I'm going to do when I have a day to do it. You'll get that later, I guess. They're going to chitter for a bit. Hi, how you doing? Yes, how's it? How's your sex life, Mark? I did not hit her. Oh, God, he threw bread at me, didn't he? Someone have that, I don't want it. I gave you that bread for... They... in building this, with the two guys off in the bunkers, all but 5 or 6 of these things, you know, and the one... That guy, I don't know why he just stands right. He does. He's a holdover. There's a couple more like that where they're all... there's a cleric in here somewhere, I think, because even though there's no... I think a cleric needs a brewing stand, which I can't even make yet because I don't have the plutonium rod, whatever the hell, blaze rod. But I have a holdover cleric somewhere. So like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of all these guys are still here from before. Never technically went anywhere. And, or you know, that didn't really go to anyone, did it? You know what, I don't really care. So they were, the villagers that survived were really full on carrots from, you know, a game year or two of the a game year of the 113 village. Being farmed by farmers, and they throw carrots, and everyone's got carrots. And they're all just immediately happy to breed. They can't wait. So with the beds in place, more bread, yay. They really pretty rapidly got to this point. Like, well, obviously it's day 6 something. We're 654. So certainly less than a game year. Well, I mean, it can be as little as 10 or 12 game days to really fill in a village if you get it right the first time. If the conditions are all met. But yeah, these guys are all most of them are new because in replacing all the dirt with glass, all of the blocks with glass, everything, and I filled in the trough. That's actually what that is. I guess thinking about it, that wasn't technically there. Was it? I don't know. Something I filled in. Oh, damn it. I forgot that happens. Is that 2 levels or I don't know. That's the bottom of the trough. That was always there. I filled in above it to get rid of the water because we had a problem with the carpet. Good night. Noises of what I want to see. They've done the chat. That's gossiping. Now, you know, they're clocking in. And one of these guys has a label. And remember he locked up on the feathers? Where's label guy? If I have these, is he going to show me an emerald? I think officially they're supposed to, if they want to talk to you about what you're holding, they turn to you and brandish this emerald. Look what I have. What do you think about that? In practice, it doesn't seem to happen, Butcher. They hold the emerald, but they don't turn toward you, so it's just, I don't know if that's going to get fixed, or if I was wrong to think they're supposed to hunt you down, or I wish they'd just follow you around. You can move from village to village or something. I don't see him. I don't know where the hell he is. I don't see anyone with a damned emerald. Maybe he's just not ready yet. I don't know where he is. He's here somewhere. I got to find him, though. It's important. Because then I'll... Come the hell on. Where are you? You're labeled. You have to actually mouse over him or something to get the label to pop up. And that relies on other people not there yet. Yeah. Do you have an emerald or not? Am I lying about you? You do. You're just stupid. Alright, well, I guess I would expect that. Talk to him. Now he wants feathers again. This is good. There was a concern. I think there is a concern. People are still bummed about this. You lock him up, and there's not a damn thing you can do to unlock him, except for a couple of times a day he gets unlocked. That's a way of putting it. Another way of putting it is you don't have to do anything. I can come back tomorrow. He'll want more feathers. Right, what am I going to do? I don't care. I got nothing better to do. I'll just come back tomorrow. It's cool. So I'm thrilled that you give him stuff for money and over, you know, and just do it again later. I don't care. It'll happen. It's fine. It doesn't have to be right now. So that's great. I think that's awesome. The less awesome element is my... I only have the one shepherd. So it's kind of annoying that that's happened. One of the things that he could have wanted categorically was dye. You know, there's 16 colors of dye now because, you know, ink becomes black dye and bone meal becomes white dye. Those are things he can want. He can want red dye which I basically have. Just turn these into dye. He'll buy the stuff, like 12 of them for an emerald. Which is cool, because I'm getting that. But you know what I really could be getting? Is green dye. And that brings me to the hilariously entitled Wall of ToDo. Who do? You do. Do what? Have a lot to do. Yeah, it's a joke. Top row is a joke. Here's where it becomes less of a joke. What I want to do, this is my to-do list. Not necessarily in order, it's just how I wrote it down. Let's start with remove lava. That's a pretty simple one. It's simple but not easy, I guess is a way to put it. What I need to do, I'll just walk you. I almost, do I have time? Nah, I got 10 minutes. Well, I mean, because I always end at exactly half an hour. Well, here's what I want to do about that. Go jump over like I did. Go into the water. That water. Down. With or without this, it could be an empty bucket. Either way, it would work. And there's a couple of things I need to accomplish in that, you know, in this single action. Well, in this series of actions. I want to go in there, break out this top row of signs. Now, what happens then is terrible. What happens then is the water isn't being held up anymore. It drops down a couple of meters, turns this lava into obsidian, which sounds terrible, but I have this awesome thing that chews through obsidian in, you know, and there's only like a dozen or so. That's a noise I don't like. Lose the sign, and the signs are easy, by the way, because they're all, I only have, like 20, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. Did I do that wrong? Or, yeah, that one's a wall. So that must be the first sign. Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 signs. Hit them with an axe that goes through things quickly. All of the... Well, I meant those signs, in fact, but same number. Take out those 19 support signs. All of the signs crash into the hoppers. I get them back, theoretically. Actually, they probably burn up, but it's not the point. Water can... Well, actually, they might not. The water might beat the signs to the lava and obsidianize it, and I go in and pick it. Later, at my leisure, I pickaxe it, because then I go back up, swim back up, and this is how I did this in the first place. Pour lava against the ceiling. It starts turning the source blocks of water into stone. As those get out of my way, I effectively pick them up and move them down a block. And once I have a whole layer under the top layer of water that we have right now, basically just diagonalize ice cubes and then go through and break them, and I get the water back where it belongs. Like long term, once I go, actually that's going to be awkward because I'm not going to be able to get down to get to the obsidian. One way or the other, I need to get the obsidian out, but then not get microwaved by fish the whole time and put the water back. It's simple but not easy. What I have to do is not complicated. How I do it is going to be a mess. That's one thing. Add cacti to the bamboo oven. Okay, here's the bamboo oven. It's not doing anything. The reason I want to get rid of the lava... Did I mention? I don't even know. It's cooking as it kills everything. It kills them with fire. The fish, those fish, the monster fish, the guardians, dying in a fire, on fire in lava, drop not the raw cod that they ordinarily would drop, but they drop scads of cooked fish, which sounds convenient. There's two problems. One, I have a lot of cooked fish. I don't want cooked fish. I'm tired of cooked fish. And two, the fisherman, which I don't even have any yet, the fisherman villager, will buy raw cod now. So, great. Just in time to not have any because it's being auto-cooked. So, I have two different ways of cooking fish right now and no fish to cook. I want to get rid of that. I want to have only raw fish, and I'll just unload it on a fisherman. I want to tear out... Well, these are easy. These are empty. This has bamboo. This has fish. Tear it all out. Extend... This is fine. These two are fine, in fact. extend out a bit so I have some room to work. Funnel these, well, they're funnels, but use hoppers to funnel the fuel, the bamboo, into basically this. That's a little hard to see. Well, it's not incorrect. Well, actually, it's really close. Yeah, it's basically it's going to be mirrored after all, or it's going to be replicated. Go into a dropper and throw the bamboo up into the sky, a little higher than that maybe, so I have some runoff room. This is going to fill up with that stuff at some point. So now the oven is going to be up in the air, on the same level as the runoff from the water lift that I'm talking about making. And then a hopper underneath that ultimately goes into a stack or so of boxes. It'll contain, collect what it spits out. And what it spits out is right about here. I'm going to build a cactus farm, which is automated because it grows up and hits like a fence post, knocks off, floats over into hoppers. Those get water lifted up and go into the top. So on the side, bamboo goes in to there. On the top, cacti go in. And on the bottom, green dye comes out. And if that, for all that guy could have wanted red dye, which I can just mulch flowers into red dye, we know that. He also could want green dye, so if I get more shepherds, one of them eventually is going to want green dye every day, resetting himself without my involvement. I just wait for the sun to come up, and he wants, so I can have infinite green dye to feed a guy who infinitely wants green dye, while burning bamboo to burn cacti, to put one of these on the side, and then if I flip the switch, I get experience when I just pull something out of my head. It's not all that ambitious an idea, it's just a thing. You can do it. It's awesome that I can do it now. Build a damned house. I think that explains itself. A couple years into this. Started this map up in August? September? August? I know we were doing it in September, I remember that, of 2017. I get as far as building a frame, and I started filling up the storage room. I want to get a house built, it just needs to happen. So that's a thing. Blaze Factory is pretty self-explanatory. I had one. I really tried to film making it. There was so much I was getting shot at. It was hitching like all hell. I was getting a frame that I don't know what I was doing wrong in how I was trying to record things or what I had open on the computer. I had lesser stuff. I've built it up a little bit since then. I could probably go more, but all I really had was still frames holding for like 4 minutes at a time, and a lot of me screaming at the damn computer for not doing what I sometimes scream at the damn computer for not doing it. Maybe you've heard me. It was unusable. So one day we just had a Blaze Factory, and it's a surprise that happened. This time I can probably film it. It's not, again, simple but not easy. You go in and bring blocks with you and replace the netherrack that's in, or the fortress rock stuff, stone. You just build a Blaze Factory. It's under the spawner, around the spawner, really. Witch Factory is a bit more complicated. I have a couple of questions. Well, first I have to find a witch hut. I know where one was. It's up there, a kilometer maybe. If it's still there, great. The trick in really building a witch factory, and it's worth it, because redstone and sticks. They want sticks now. Some of the villagers, they'll buy sticks. What I would want to do is it'll be in a swamp. Get rid of the water, dump lava on it, or use sponges, whatever, build a perimeter and make it dry. Now I've got dry stuff. In 1.14, dynamite no longer blows stuff up, but it doesn't destroy it. So I have because I have infinite gunpowder, right? I mean, slow. It's a slow infinity, but it's happening. I'm getting it. I can make gunpowder with 5. I can make dynamite with 5 gunpowder and 4 sand. I think, and I can't promise, but statistically, God, I sound like Drew Barrymore. Statistically, I would think if I blew up dynamite in a desert, I would get at least 4 blocks of sand, because they won't be destroyed. So I should have what amounts to infinite dynamite, and I can just bomb the hell out of any area near. I put down some obsidian to mark where the witch hut is. Blow the hell out of everything else until there's, maybe not just bedrock, but deep enough that we're not going to have conflicts with stuff spawning. Real quick, Suburban Village. The island over there, where the trees come from, where this island was an island with nothing the hell on it. Those trees are on an island. I gotta be at least like 160 meters in some lateral direction, I think, from this village to do another village that doesn't have anything to do. They need to not talk to each other. I'd like to just. I've always thought this. Go over, starting on that island, and I can, by the way, bridge to it the way I did this. I can. I don't know if I should, but I can use the scaffolds. I can build roads, basically bridges across the water. Well, causeways. I want to build a village over there that's more just natural, just houses that can come and go. There's no walls; they can do whatever they want. I think it'd be neat, and that's where these two guys come in. Probably, or I might use them to make a breeding thing somewhere the hell else again, and then water stream them into wherever I want them to go, or use boats, or well, I don't know what I would do. Extend farms, berries, and netherwort. These are 6 farms: pumpkin, melon, potatoes, carrots, wheat, and beetroot. All 6 of which now, incidentally, villagers want to buy. They like beets now. I'd just build it out a bit. Add, well, I've got, thinking about it, I got 3 slots for 2 things. So the berries or the sweet berry, whatever the hell that I've got in my, yard over there now. And netherwort, now, as a 114, clerics want to buy netherwort. I've always thought that clerics specifically should want to buy netherwort. And it's like, why don't you want this? I can grow all of, maybe that's why, because I can grow it, and you don't want me having any fun. That's changed. They want it now, so that's good. And every day they want more. Great. Automated tree farm. There's a question mark, so I haven't fully decided. I would probably use the. I'm losing my voice here. The birch wood, which I don't happen to like very much, but I'll acknowledge that it's the easiest to work with. Those can super tree. Those are goofy. Those take 2x2. Those never give you enough saplings back. Spruce, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just, it's fine. You can do that. I like spruce, so that works out. But basically, just set it up so that the tree grows quickly, because I'm throwing bone meal I get for churning sugar cane into bone meal. We know that. And use pistons just sort of push the logs around, and then I can walk up to them. And it's sort of like the ice machine, but with wood, and possibly less stupid. Probably not. Do all Cheeves, that's pretty obvious. I've got, advancements now, so all advances, which I have to start over on a lot, and then some of them are new. You notice they listened to me about that? Like, I thought it was weird that a hostile monster included a polar bear. How is it hostile? It's a polar bear. Leave it alone. Don't go to it. It won't attack you. It's not hostile. I mean, it might be, but you have to make an appointment. So I live in Denver. I never get attacked by sharks. See what I'm saying? I don't care if they're hostile in the vague sense. Leave them alone. They leave you alone. It's cool. Really cool thought. I know what it is. I do. I'm not going to tell you. Although if you're very clever, you've already figured it out. If you're not very clever, I might do it and then you'll see. Really cool thought is, you remember how the ice machine was a tremendously stupid idea? Like a completely impractical, utter waste of material and time and space and stuff. This is so much worse. This is the dumbest thing I could waste energy on doing. I might do it. It's because it's a really cool thought. I don't have the resources to do it. I couldn't do it right now if I wanted to. But I kind of want to. And I can. It really may take months. Not game. I mean actual. Sometime by the end of. We might have it done by spring 2021 is what I'm saying. It would be a massive project. And it's a really cool thought. So I'm thinking about it. I haven't. I might not do it, but I really might. Or I might get started on it, and it might be like the house that I never finish. And have to start over, and all of this big mess. Time will tell, and a lot of time will tell. If it happens, it's going to be a thing. It's going to be... We will know who won the election in 2020 before it's done, I think, probably. Like, in creative mode, it would take me a while. And I'm not going to do that. I have to collect the resources and make it happen. It's going to be a mess. but it's going to be damn cool. It's a really cool thought. Okay, that's time. We're done. How bad is it? 35. What a shock. It's always 35. I should aim for 25, then it'll work out. Whatever. That's my to-do list. At which next time we can get started on the first one was the lava, followed by the cacti. Yeah, might be an episode each because the lava it's simple but not easy. It really might take some. You have to burn all the water into stone and then just chisel it, hack it up, and put it back right, and then put ice down to put the water back when you're done. It's a big whole thing. It will work out one day. Well, I mean, next time it should work out. We should get it done. I'll just see you then. So, bye.